Talk and Travel. Hello, folks. This episode focuses on a small town in Slovakia called Trencin, and you'll get a little bit of Budapest, including a wonderful hotel in Budapest. In Trencin, you'll see the spooky castle, the beautiful streets, and a cool hookah bar, as well as some underground restaurants. The real destination on this trip was Slovakia, but Budapest is such a great hub and a great town, it's worth going there and taking the train to Slovakia, which is what I did. One of the reasons is I love trains. Some would say I'm a train geek. I especially like the dining car on trains and these little train stations in small towns in Eastern and Central Europe. This is Trencin. One of the big draws of the small towns of Eastern Europe and Central Europe is that you can afford a sweet hotel, probably. I mean, I did, and I'm pretty cheap. Here's kind of an aerial view of Trencin from the road to a spooky castle. And here's that castle. If you go to a small town like this, and you do it off-season, like in the winter, you have the place pretty much to yourself. That's important. Try to take your vacations when other people do not or cannot. There do seem to be a lot of goats around. And it's interesting that one of the more popular beers is called Kozel, Kozel, which means male goat. Can anyone tell me what these trees are? Beautiful, beautiful small town. If you travel alone like I do, there are lots of lonesome times when you're just kind of treading the streets. And so it's great if you can strike up a conversation. I used to be shy about it, but not now. As a matter of fact, I will go online ahead of time and say, does anybody know anybody in so-and-so city or town? And generally, they do. And that way, I have an opportunity to set up a meeting for maybe lunch or a glass of wine or a coffee. And just that one meeting, maybe two meetings, makes a big difference. I am a sucker for underground restaurants with arched ceilings like this. When it comes to dining, if you eat meat, go with the wild game, wild boar, pickled pheasant, things of that nature. If you don't eat meat, there are plenty of vegetable offerings on these menus. I like smoking the shisha in a hookah pipe, and so wherever I go, I seek out a hookah bar, and it turns out that this small town had two excellent hookah bars. You just never know. Well, it's time to get on the train and head back to Budapest and spend some time there. If you do get to Budapest, you might check out the Gellert Hotel. It's an ancient grande dame of a hotel. It's threadbare and smells funny because of the thermal bath there. But it's super cool and you get a great deal. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe. You know it's free. And remember to always travel very, very, very lightly.